Hello, fellow budgeters. My name is Brandy, and you're watching From Debt to Dreams. And on this channel, we're paying off over $400,000 worth of debt. But don't you fret, way more than half of that is our mortgage. Today, we're doing a April budget closeout. We're going to go over all of our bills, what we budgeted for them, and what we actually, what the bill actually was. We're going to go over all of the completed savings challenges that we completed in the month of April. And then we're also going to go over our debt progress and our net worth. And I believe that's everything. Excuse me. Oh, also I wanted to kind of show you something that I have developed for next month, for the May closeout. So here's what we've got. Here is April. This is my new thing. So since we're doing credit card spending and then doing unstuffings now, the only thing really that I was having a hard time trying to figure out how I was going to do my budget closeouts. But I decided that what we'll do is we'll go over all of our monthly bills, what we budgeted, they actually were, and then we'll go over completing savings challenges. So I really just appreciate your patience with me as I kind of figure out how we're going to do all of this, since I've changed the way that we're doing things in our financial world. So let's do this first. I'll kind of move this over to the middle. So for our monthly bills, our mortgage, we budgeted $19.50 and it was $19.48.31. Piedmont is our natural gas that helps us with heating and our oven and that kind of stuff, water heater. Budgeted $65 and it was $63. Focus is our internet. We budgeted $100 and it was $85.45. Peacock, of course, $13 and it ended up being $11.76. Compassion International, I always budget $65 because I got a letter from them probably about a year or so ago saying that they needed to raise their prices or their monthly, your donation. They had to raise the minimum amount. And I really felt like I read that it was $65. But it has continued to stay at $43, but I always budget $65 just in case they're going to change it to $65. I don't know if that meant for new people that sign up, because we have been sponsoring this child for about 10 years now. She should be aging out of it soon, I think. And then if that's the case, we'll just get a new child probably. H2Go is our water bill and I budgeted $95 and it was $83.71. T-Mobile was $170. That is probably going to go up a little bit for May because my husband and my mom, they're on the plan. We're all on the plan together, and my mom and my husband each got new phones. Netflix, I budgeted $30 and it was $28.80. We got an email saying that it's going to be more expensive next month, so we'll see about that. Car insurance I budgeted $125 and it was $119.01. Our debt consolidation loan, I budgeted $945 and it was $942.91. My husband's student loan that we have refinanced, I budgeted $495 and I paid $500 because I just wanted to send a little bit more. So every month it will be $500. The minimum payment is $492 or something like that. But I just decided that in order to see some kind of progress, we'll just round that up to $500. And yeah, even though that's not the debt we're super focused on right now. BEMC is our electricity bill. I budgeted $200 and it was $142.21. My husband's life insurance, $50 and it was $49.57. Apple TV, we budget $15 and it was $13.87. My life insurance was, I budget $35 and it is $34.98. Our tithes to our church is $100. My student loan is $180 and we were able to send a payment of $405. We made multiple payments this month and it was equal out to $405, which is pretty great. Spotify was budget 15 and it was 1387. So all together, let's see what our budgeted and our actual was. All right, so we budgeted 46.48. And we actually spent $47.55.45, and that's because of our student loan extra payment. So we were over by $107.45, which that's a good over because like I always over budget for what we owe. So that was really good. All right, so now let's look at the completed savings challenges that we had for this month. Let's see if I can move this over. I'm going to move this up a little bit because in order to write, I'm going to have to do this number here. All right, so here was all of our completed savings challenge, and I just wanted to go over this because for the month of April, or any month, you know, you start them at the beginning. You start them not at the beginning of the month, but like months prior, and then when you start, even though I stuff these, it's significant. It's good to know and to show what we have saved. So this one was a scratch and save on one side, and we did a roll and save on the other. And this is from Norley's Budgets. And it saved us $91, and we categorized this into Sadie. So that was really good. This one was from Reynolds Budgets, and it saved us $36, and it went to Jason's License. This one came from Buttercup Budgets. It saved us $44, and it went to Birthdays. This one was Cartoon Classics by Pansy Budgets, and it saved us $163 that went to Car Care. Sorry if my handwriting is really bad. I have this pain in my hand, and I've been talking to a doctor about it, and I am just praying I don't have to have surgery. Okay, then this one is from LA on Earth. It saved us $40, and it goes towards Jason's License. This one is from Plan to Save Designs. It saved us $108, and it went to car registration. This one is from Simply Living Saves. It saved us $80, and it went to Birthdays. This one is from Budgeting with a Ginger. It saved us $50, and I don't remember where this went, and I didn't write it down. So I'll go back in my other videos, I think, and I'll put a little like text right here to say where it went. This one is one of my favorites. This is from What's Poppin' Sunshine. It saved us $59, and it went to car registration. And the biggest one was our 2026 savings from Norless Budgets, and it saved us $280, and it went to emergency fund. So there is all of our completed challenges for the month of April, and let's add those up. These are all ones that we completed in April, not started in April. All right, it was a total of $951 that we were able to put in our folders for the month of April. That's amazing. Let me put this here because I realized I didn't put like a month thing on here. Okay, So now what I want to do, I think maybe next month, and is see how this looks on screen. It's going to look a little different next month. I made it a little bigger, but this is going to be kind of me going through our categories in our binders. So I would like to do the beginning balance, what we put into the envelopes, what we took out of the envelopes, and what the ending balance is for the month. And I will have this all filled out, and we will go over it maybe in our May closeout if people think that's beneficial. I will, even if I don't go over it in my May closeout, I'm still going to fill this out because it's going to be good for me to see where we're spending our money, to see if I need to adjust the budget in any kind of way. So there is that. Let's see if there's anything. So I have the ending balance, which is good. I'm going to need that to start filling out the May paperwork, so I can get started on that. Okay. So let's go into our debt progress right now. And let me move this up so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Okay, so for Christmas, we now are at 2, 3, 4. Whoops. I believe we're now at $700, maybe even $750. We'll come back to Christmas. I'm loading up my computer right now so we can check. I should know that already. I'm so sorry. I'm filming this Tuesday morning. I'm uploading it Tuesday, so I'm behind. This was supposed to go up yesterday. I was supposed to film it over the weekend. Never did. Okay. So our emergency fund, we have this colored to $1,600 because that's where we were before we had to use the emergency fund. We are not at $1,600 now. We are super close to $1,300, and that is when I actually can tell you what we are at, because we can do this math right here. So we have $1,261 in the bank, and then we have $308 in cash. So we are at $1,568. Man, we are much closer than I thought we were. So that's exciting. Maybe next month we will finally be caught up to the $1,600. So we only need $32 in order to be at the $1,600. So maybe that means in June we'll finally be able to start coloring some stuff on here to reach our first savings goal of $5,025. All right. So for my student loan, we were able to make extra payments this month of $405. Which means our balance now is $20,667.88. And last month, let's see where we're at. So that is a difference. We paid off $313.18 this month. So we get each of these leaves equals 57 or 56. So we get to color in 5 leaves. So I'm going to do that and I will be right back. All right, there's 5 leaves. For our debt consolidation loan, we made our regular payment of $942.91, which puts us at $60,466.20, which meant that we were able to pay off $279.95. We used multiple trackers for this, so we've finished this tracker. this tracker, I think we get to fill in all of them if I did my math correctly. So we are at $279.95. So $279, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24 times 9.17 is $220. So $279 minus $220 is $59. So let's color in this real quick. All right, so there's that, and we still have $59 we need to be able to color in. So each of these leaves is $24, so 59 divided by 24 means we get to color in 2. Hooray! That's exciting. Yay. All right. For our student loan for my husband, we made a $500 payment. So our balance is now $65,868.70. So it did not go down very much. Went down by $113, which is not bad. Let's see right here. So each of these hearts is $97. So we get to color in 1. All right. This is what we use for our mortgage. And our mortgage, oh, I wish I had everything already up. Okay, our mortgage balance is now $271.95. No, the big numbers always drive me crazy. $271,955.71. So we get to color in this one because each of these like Tetris blocks equals 1,450 roughly. And so we don't get to color one in every month quite yet, but about every other month we do. And so this one, I wrote in the balances that we need to hit in order to color them in. And this one is 272,464. So we get to color in that one, which is super exciting. Woohoo! I love the months when I get to color in a little bit of everything. Something is going on with my computer. I don't know what. Okay. And this is our overall We're Debt Free. This one includes all of the consumer debt, like the student loans and the debt consolidation loan, and it includes the mortgage. And this one we don't get to color in until 400, or until we have each space equals $4,413. And I am happy to announce that we get to color in 1 this time because our total debt balance is $418,958. And right here, this one is $419,255. So because the last time we got to color it in was in December, and it looks like I was using the same color green, we're going to use a different color. I don't know why I chose green for April. Green is not really an April color. I love that. I love that. Okay. I get so excited whenever we get to fill those ones in. This one is one I'm definitely going to like frame when we've paid off everything off. Okay, so we're done there. Except for the Christmas. My computer is not loading up, so we've got a problem there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just go into our net worth, and I believe that's the end of it. So let's go into this. So in March, for our debt interest, we paid $1,924.30, and in April, we only paid $1,851.61. So that's always good news. our April or our March total debt balance was $420,244.98. And our total debt balance in April is $418,958.50, which means that we made we're able to pay off $1,286.48 in principal this month. So that's really good. This looks a little messy, so I'm sorry about that. And it looks messy because I was trying to figure things out. I thought I had miscalculated things and all the things. It just was a mess. So here's what we went through for our liabilities, which is all our debts. We already went through all of that. So our total is $418,958.50. In our credit union for our assets, we have $4,865.71. In our cash envelopes, which is our green binder, we have a total of $2,195. In our cash sinking funds, we have $1,591. In our Ally savings account, we have $1,847.36. Now, you all have convinced me to add our house into our net worth, even though I was very stubborn at first and decided not to do it. And I wasn't going to do it. So I went onto Zillow, and Zillow has this house grossly overpriced. And so what I decided to do was, and I know that because we have so many houses in this neighborhood that have been on the market for a long time, and they are not moving and they're not selling. So either people are not buying, which could also be the case, but also I think that they're pricing our houses too high. So what I ended up doing was I went with the 2025 tax assessment that our county gave us. So they valued our house at $418,890, which means our total assets are at $429,469.07. So what that has done since I'm adding the house, is that puts us into the net worth of the positive. And so next month, what I'm going to do is I will have like a line right here. So we're going to do net worth with the house and net worth without the house, because the net worth without the house is kind of fun for me to look at. I don't know why. Maybe it's because that's the way I've been doing it forever. But okay, last month we did not have the house included in our net worth. So last month we were at negative $410,427.20. When we're adding the house, we are now at positive $10,510.57, which is awesome. And like I said, this is not everything. I don't put my 401ks in here. I don't put any retirement accounts. This is just the house and our banks and cash. Okay. So that's a fun thing right there, is the positive 10,000. So the negative, if we don't include the house into our net worth, we are at negative $408,379, which means we grew our net worth by $2,047.77, it's awesome. That's way cool. Knowing that we did a total principal payment of $1,200, but then our assets went up by $2,000 means that we've also saved a lot of money in that time. So that's amazing. And that's what I have for us today. Sorry, this one is a little bit of a hot mess. Hopefully next month will be a little bit better. I just, quite honestly, didn't really want to film this video. I'm not sure why. I just didn't feel like it, which is why it's being filmed the day after it was supposed to go out, and it's going to go up the day after it's supposed to go out. So anyway, I hope that you have a really, really lovely afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow with my Wizarding Wednesday. And I know it's going to go up tomorrow because I'm going to film it right now so that I have no excuses. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.